There is a deep, rich history behind the development of Archbishop MC O'Neill Catholic High School over the past 50 years. But one thing remains the same. When you look behind all the changes and events, it is the people who have made this learning community what it is today. The relationships established are the fabric that weaves us all together. Over 50 years ago, the Leader Post reports that the OK was granted for two separate high schools, O'Neill and Miller. J.G. McIntyre, the chairman of the Regina Separate High School Board, proposed to the ratepayers the development of two new Catholic high schools. On June 23, 1965, the voters supported the proposition, providing their approval for the high schools to be built, and now the legacy of O'Neill would begin. Construction was completed for the 1966-67 school year, and so O'Neill's first year began with 294 students and 15 teachers. An interesting point 50 years later was that the original building, including land, building, landscaping, engineering and architectural fees, equipment and furnishings, was built at a total cost of $1,279,285. On Sunday, November 27, 1966, the official opening of the high school was held. The ceremony was led by Archbishop MC O'Neill, the namesake of the school.
O'Neill was named after the Archbishop that ordained me, Michael Cornelius O'Neill, of whom I have a great memory and a great respect for. And it was during his time, of course, that O'Neill came into existence.
Archbishop MC O'Neill was a highly respected man of faith in the Regina community. Michael Cornelius O'Neill was born February 15, 1898 in Ontario. He served in the First World War and was awarded the Military Medal for bravery. After the war, he decided to pursue the religious life and was ordained in 1927. Father O'Neill, after serving as chaplain of the Canadian Army and as rector of St. Joseph's Cathedral in Edmonton, arrived in Regina where he was consecrated Bishop of the Archdiocese of Regina on April 21, 1948. Archbishop O'Neill was a positive force in bringing about Catholic secondary education in the Archdiocese of Regina. He also was a key player in the development of the Catholic colleges in our two Saskatchewan universities, Campion College and St. Thomas More. To recognize these accomplishments, this school is named in his honor. Most Reverend Archbishop MC O'Neill passed on June 10, 1983. The fitting phrase used to describe him was a gentle, good man, a faithful servant. The 1973-74 school year was when the school officially adopted its coat of arms. Students Sherry Osser, Teresa Hawkban, and Brian Gibson helped to design the coat of arms. As with all school communities, there would be change. Interesting to note that the basement renovations were completed in sections from 1967 to 1969, which added to an additional 7,951 feet to the existing 71,000 square foot facility. As O'Neill started to grow, so did the facility have to change. A major addition to the school started to take place in 1976. They added a second gym, the resource center, a language lab, and a chapel. Eventually, in 1979, the new gym would be dedicated to former first vice principal and later principal of O'Neill, Mr. Peter Feger. On the theme of expansion, it was in the 1977-78 school year that the school population reached 1,121 with 56 teachers on staff. This is when O'Neill started using classrooms at St. Peter's Elementary School, at times using up to an entire wing of the school. O'Neill has always been grateful to the St. Peter community for working together so well. In 1986, French immersion was added to diversify and deepen the academic programming already present at O'Neill High School. St. Mary and St. Angela Elementary School have provided the many students who have walked the O'Neill halls under the French immersion banner. In 1990, 4 portable classrooms were added, and O'Neill would now cover well over 100,000 square feet. On April 26, 1991, the school held the 25th anniversary, at which time the school name was officially changed to Archbishop MC O'Neill High School. Since that time, the name of the school has been updated to include reference to its Catholic Faith Foundation. The school name currently now stands as Archbishop MC O'Neill Catholic High School. At this time, Archbishop Halpin also blessed a large medallion of Archbishop MC O'Neill, which was created by former art teacher and world-renowned artist Wilf Perot. The medallion is present at the front entrance of the school. The O'Neill building has physically continued to change over the years. The transformation of the old cafetorium into the choral and music room, creating the commons area, an open space designed for students to gather, relocating the main office from the second floor to the main floor, adding a nutrition area, and eventually the most recent state-of-the-art PAA woodworking shop addition and additional classrooms above. Even though the building changed, one thing has remained the same. The spirit of O'Neill will always be found in the people. The following are reflections which tie together our spiritual, academic, and extracurricular success over the years. Archbishop MC O'Neill said, "I know I shall always be proud of the products of O'Neill High School." As you will hear, we certainly honored this statement and passed on the torch to later generations of Titans. O'Neill also experienced change with our population. Besides the addition of French immersion, our school went through two phases. During the 1985-86 school year, some students left for Riffle as it opened its doors. And then, in 1989-1990, Sister McGuigan High School closed and the staff and students were welcomed into the O'Neill community.
O'Neill High School has been such a wonderful place, not only because of its achievements in the area of academics and sports, and the whole area of drama and especially music. I'm very impressed with the music program that they have here. But it all comes together, I think, in terms of what it means to go to a school with a Catholic environment, such great teachers, and a wonderful staff. I think we're very fortunate to have had a school like O'Neill here in our city.
O'Neill was very different than it is now in that it was much smaller, but it always had the spirit that I think has remained with us forever. We had that kind of small, tight community, even though there were a lot of grade 9s.
It's just nice to see O'Neill has prospered and grown to take its place as an important educational institution. It helped launch many students into success, to be successful adults in a wide variety of careers.
Probably the biggest impact O'Neill had in my life was Ken Donaldchuk put together a group of 6 of us to form a music ministry group at St. Peter's, and I was part of that. And I have continued in music ministry at church for over 40 years now.
My name is Harmony, now Balash, formerly Landgraf. I graduated 2008, and I think my biggest kind of overarching memory would be the music and drama programs.
And my biggest thing, probably aside from the music, were the mentors that I had.
I'm Michael Dolan. I'm an original Titan. I walked into school for the first time in the fall of 1966, and we were excited to have our own facility. There was about 250 or 260 of us that walked in, and we became friends. Spirit, community have all been part of what I saw as O'Neill High School. It is my wish for all of you in the future that you continue with that spirit. Always be a Titan.
Being someone who lived in the gym while I went to school here and now as a teacher where my office is, it's my second home. The extracurricular activities is kind of the lifeline to any school.
But I'll always have that special spot in my heart for the blue and gold and for O'Neill. Once a Titan, always a Titan.
When I got to O'Neill, there was about 9 kids in choir. When I left O'Neill, there was 230 kids. It really molded this program into something that's quite unique in any of the schools in this province or this country.
As a French immersion student would be the biggest influence O'Neill had on me. Another big influence that O'Neill has had on my life is in the athletic department and playing for the fastball team and the curling team.
lots of people feel so connected with O'Neill is because it is such a big family. Everybody, there's people from the north end, and there's some people from different ends of the city and different walks of life that come together, and that's what makes O'Neill a really great place. The other thing is just to have pride. Like, I feel there's so much pride at O'Neill.
I was called in the summer, in August, and asked if I could come to O'Neill, and they said it would probably be only for a year, and that stretched into 35 years, so it was a long year. And yeah, it was an awesome 35 years here. Lots of really good memories, a lot of great students, great staff. It's a good place to work.
Oh, one thing that really has changed for us is our demographic. We have a lot of many cultures now, and it's really an interesting place. So good times for O'Neill.
I was just the second class of immersion at O'Neill. People recognized that when you came from O'Neill, you were in for a tough matchup. No matter how good we were, you knew that we were going to fight hard. But at the end of the game, you knew that it's the kind of person you could hang out with afterwards. And I was always really proud of that in terms of building relationships and understanding that at O'Neill, you're more than just about yourself. At O'Neill, you're really about the people around you. You're about doing the right things in the world and coming together as a community. I think that's something that I experienced in my 20 plus years here, and I still see today. It's true. I will be blue and gold forever.
The past 50 years are filled with moments of success and excellence, matched with challenges and struggles Titans have faced. It is our wish that the next 50 years contain the same amazing experience of Catholic education and academic and extracurricular excellence that O'Neill has been so blessed to experience in its rich history. As our school motto states, Lord guide us. We are ready to follow for another 50 years. God bless the blue and gold forever.